So yes, Neymar Jr. has been called up for Brazil. Despite everything that's been going on, will he, won't he, he's been called up. Now, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, the context behind it, what some people are missing, and what that means going forward. So I'm a big Neymar fan, and personally, I'm over the moon. I'm so excited to see Neymar at what will probably be his last World Cup, probably be his and Messi's last World Cup, even though Messi's not actually said if he's going to play, but chances are he is. I'm very excited to see them play. Neymar, I mean, this has always been the whole thing, like, can you do it at a World Cup, blah, blah. I mean, if he wins it, can you imagine what everyone's going to talk about? Gary Neville win, they're going to be crying to their cornflakes. So I'm going to be very, very excited. I also think in the Brazil team, they actually need that profile player. When you got people like Vini and Rafinha that want to run behind and stretch the pitch, I think you need someone like Neymar that can drop into the pockets, play those little passes in behind, show a bit of quality. Because there's a lot of right people playing for Brazil at the moment. This is not the Yogo Bonito from back in the day. So I actually think Neymar's profile is needed. So I'm excited about that. Now, a bit of context. Neymar's obviously not played for Brazil the last few years. Ancelotti's never called him up. And then suddenly, just before the World Cup, he calls him up. What do I make of this? To me, this shows one thing, and to me, you can't debate this. To me, they bottled it. They bottled it. Whereas Ancelotti, whether it's the Brazilian FA, they bottled it. If you want someone to play in the World Cup, you don't not call them up the whole time, and then you call them at the very, very end. That's poor planning. Either you call them up from the very beginning, you try them out, and ultimately you take them, or you don't take them. Granted, Neymar's a unique case. Neymar's not exactly the standard player. I understand that, but judging by Neymar's reaction, if you guys seen the video of him crying, that's not someone who's known that I'm going to make it for playing for Brazil in this World Cup. To me, that's someone who wasn't expecting it. That's relief. Like, the guy was crying. Like, this is not some under 18-year-old that can barely start for Sao Paulo, happy that they made it into the national team. This is Neymar Jr. This is the top scorer in their history. To me, that's relief. He did not think he was making it. I don't blame him. I mean, just kind of look at what's been going on in Neymar's career. I mean, he's had fallings out with Robinho Jr., Robinho's son. You've seen him crying, during the anthem. You've seen him having that whole situation with the Brazilian the fourth official, where he's being substituted, but he's not, this is not someone who's clearly going through a moment of serenity and understanding that they're going to go in the World Cup. This is someone who's lashing out of everything that's going on. So Brazil, Carlo Ancelotti, why don't you just bring him along the whole time? Neymar's form has not improved. He's not currently at better form than when he first started playing for Santos. His first season back at Santos, I think he was better, as in his first season during the second stint last season. He was better when he was playing on injuries. I think now he looks even more broken, more imbalanced. Well, not broken, but he looks physically not the same player he once was. He lost that burst. But obviously with Neymar, his technique, his ability to receive the ball in pockets, he's still so dangerous. But I don't see how the situation's changed now compared to 12 months ago. In fact, I'd say 12 months ago, Neymar was better placed. So to me, they fell for all the pressure, the sponsors, the president, Tim Vickery, who's a journalist. I heavily suggest that you guys are into football, especially Brazilian football or South American football. Make sure you read his work, watch his videos about this. He once spoke to a friend that interviewed Carlo Ancelotti. Apparently, he's got a really close relationship with Carlo Ancelotti. And Carlo once said to him that his job is to ultimately make the president happy. He wasn't talking about the Brazilian president. He was just talking about the president of the club team he's managing, or the Brazilian FA in this case. I think that's what it was. I think he's all the pressure to call Neymar, and he's done it. Granted, he's the Galactical Whisperer. I think if anyone's going to be able to relate to Neymar, I think it'll be Ancelotti. Not necessarily relate in terms of superstardom, but in terms of working with top players. But I do think Neymar, physically, I don't think he can play every 3-4 days for 90 minutes where every attack is going through him and they're relying on him to play make 24/7. But I think Neymar, he can be effective in bursts. I think even if it's just this is not what I'm suggesting, but even if it's him come off the bench last half an hour, receiving the ball, little ball in behind, or even the goal against Croatia in the last World Cup, where just these little moments of magic, Neymar still has them. I don't think he can play 90 minutes every 3 days. I generally don't. It might just be he plays an hour here, and then he gets rotated, plays half an hour. You kind of just need to manage his minutes a little bit. But personally, I'm very excited. I hope Neymar has a brilliant World Cup. And I also think, as a generation, we need to see a great Brazilian team. I mean, I'm born in 1998. So in my lifetime, I've seen Brazil win one World Cup, and that was in 2002. So I was 4 years old, so I don't remember that. So we've been missing that great Brazilian generation. I don't know if this is the one, if I'm honest, but it'd be great to see Neymar just one last time. And who knows? Let's see what you can do. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Maradona video will be coming soon. I've just been dealing with a lot right now behind the scenes, but it will be out soon. And also, you'll just be getting my regular videos, as in these normal kind of unfiltered videos where I just talk about what's going on in the current football world, especially with the World Cup coming on. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Salut!